What is up, viewers? Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to take a look at this absolutely stunning Ferrari 296 GT3, which was introduced in the latest update of Gran Turismo 7. The update is the Spec 3 update, which also introduces a bunch of other really exciting stuff like new tracks. And one of the things that I'm really excited about is Sophy 3.0. Now, Sophy is the AI driver system of Gran Turismo 7, only available on the PS5, but it basically tries to make offline racing a little bit more similar to online racing, although that's not always for the best. But yeah, I mean, look at this thing. It looks absolutely gorgeous, super low, super wide, just incredible stance. And yeah, I think definitely exploring this car in VR, if you have the opportunity, is an incredible experience. Unfortunately, the VR doesn't really come across with the screen recording on the PS5, but I mean, look at this interior. The level of detail is absolutely incredible, and it's kind of what you'd expect from Polyphony when they are really putting all of their energy into a new car. So today we're going to be racing at the Nürburgring against GT Sophy, or let's just call it Sophy, and we're going to be running the 296 GT3. We're going to be running at night with no HUD in VR, and I think that is by far the best way to experience this game. It's super immersive, and especially when you're running at night without the HUD, it's really an incredible experience. Now, unfortunately, it won't come across exactly as it does within the VR, but nonetheless, I hope it will be enjoyable. So let's leave the showroom and let's head over to the Nürburgring. Alright, so with the new update, you can also see that Europe has turned into Europe and Middle East because they introduced Yas Marina Circuit. But let's head over to the Nürburgring. Quick race, 24-hour, that's where you get Sophy. We'll set it at night. Professional level, I think that is the best way to experience Sophy, and it's not necessarily that hard anyway if you've been playing this game for a while. Now let's go over the car settings. So I'm running racing softs. I believe the car comes with racing mediums when you buy it, but everything else is absolutely stock. I haven't touched any of the settings or did any modifications. And while we're at it, just to show you the display settings, HUD is off, and assist settings, everything off except for ABS, which is left at default. Alright, let's get started then with the 296 GT3 at the Nürburgring 24 hours against Sophy 3.0. Now, one of the things I really love about running with no HUD is you don't even know what position you're in. So you're just like fully immersed in the racing, focused on going as quickly as you can without really worrying too much about strategy. I personally really like that. I find it really immersive. Now, one of the cool things about being in VR is that you can look around to see where the cars are. Anyway, here we are with Sophy 3.0. Now, one of the things I've noticed, and this also happened with the previous version of Sophy, is especially at the beginning of a race, you might notice some cars behaving slightly erratically. They might do some like strange maneuver or swerve at some point, and if you restart the race, it will always perform the same maneuver in exactly the same way each and every time. I wish it wasn't the case. I wish it was a little bit more random to feel a little bit more realistic. But anyway, even with 3.0, that hasn't changed. And finally, we're entering the Nordschleife section of the track. This is by far my favorite track in the world, both in Sims and in the real world. I've been lucky enough to go here a number of times in my own car, and it is absolutely incredible. Obviously never at night, and not in a race car, but still, an incredible experience. Now the 296, I think, is a really, really nice car to drive, and it does have a lot of potential. It's a little bit odd. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next updates they tweak it slightly. It seems to be, I don't know, it's kind of like this weird combination of oversteery and understeery at the same time. And I don't know if it's because the steering wheel has this weird kind of glitch where it won't rotate more than kind of like 90 degrees, which is really weird. And that might give me a little bit the illusion that it doesn't always corner that well. Anyway, it's a great car. I really enjoy driving it, and I'm really, really happy that they added it to the game, because yeah, running the 458 after, what's it been, like 10, 15 years of that car being out, was started to get a bit painful. Now at this point, as I mentioned, it's hard to know what position you're in, and I ran into this before where I thought I was like second or third, just to then find out much later on that it was another car miles ahead of everyone else. I don't think it's the case in this race though, so I think now I'm up into second position against the Ford GT. And yeah, I mean, so far I have to say Sophy 3.0, it doesn't feel harder, that oversteer of the 296, it doesn't feel harder than the previous version in any way. It's nicer to race against. Especially in the previous version, it did this kind of weird thing where it would brake way too early and kind of become really, really slow in the corners, especially in mid-corner, and then be really fast in a straight line. Here it's a little bit more realistic. It seems to race in a bit more of a predictable way. I still wouldn't say it's close to the experience you get when racing online, but it is miles better than racing the regular, I wouldn't even call it AI, just like racing against the stock PS5 or PS4 without Sophy. And there we have it, the full lap of the Nürburgring against Sophy 3.0 in the new Ferrari 296 GT3 in VR, no HUD at night. Hope you enjoyed it, and you also get the clean race bonus, which is not the easiest thing to achieve at the Nürburgring. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave it a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos to come.